Hello there.
Can we have a quick little moment of silence for the challenger that's probably gonna get the sack this episode and probably got only like a minute screen time last episode? Anyway, what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, shooting a shot. Today, we are up to Breaking Bad Season 4, Episode 6. This one is titled Problem Dog. And yeah, I'm hella excited to get into this reaction because at the moment, it seems like Skylar and Walt are back to going, at each other. They're going back and forth with each other, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. There are just so many problems that keep on getting created in this show. I'm invested, I'm enjoying it, and I love seeing the drama unfold. But for these characters, it's kind of sad to see sometimes. But yeah, let's get into the reaction. Let's have some fun with this thing. Let's smash it as usual, because you guys in the comments, always fantastic, and you guys that have freaking watching this are always fantastic, and it's great to discuss your views on this show. So let's get into it. Episode 7, Problem Dog. Let's go. That's Jesse's house, 100%. If you can call it a house now. I don't know, I feel like that's too kind a term. Oh! Those quick cuts in between with Gale's death. Oh, great. Yeah, pull me through that shit again. Hey, just quick thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts on the whole Walt and Skylar situation in terms of returning the car? Do you guys agree with Skylar in terms of, thinking about the IRS, thinking about what the neighbors are going to think, thinking about what Hank and Marie are going to think? For me, I get it's a nice gesture for Walt, right? From Walt, sorry, for his kid. And I don't know, I kind of side with Walt. I don't know, like, I don't see, I get the government problem, but for me, like, who gives a F what the neighbors think? Who gives a crap what Marie and Hank think? You already told the story to Marie and Hank. And if I was in Walt's shoes, I possibly might have gone to Saul first to see what legal options we have in terms of getting the car and maybe putting it on the business, like as a tax write-off. I don't know. That's what some people do here in Australia. Like, they get the car through their business, if that makes sense. Like, I've just heard other people doing that stuff. Like, they get the car through the name of the business and they've got a car wash, so they possibly could do that. But I'm not sure if it's similar like that in the US. I'm not too sure how things work. But obviously, he could have gone to Saul and got some better advice than Skylar, if that makes sense. Like, Saul could have told him, wait, Rhonda, listen, I want to get this fantastic car for my son. How can we work around it? And Saul probably could have told him a better way to do it. Maybe he would have told him, all right, let the car wash business run for a little bit, and then we get the car. And he could have made that promise to Walter Jr., done something at the dealership. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm thinking too much into it, but yeah, I feel like I might side with Walt on this one. But he could have gone about it a bit better instead of, being like so rash with it and straight away going up front. Bang, let's get it. There she is, baby. There she is.
Fine.
Oh, bueno, Martin. Muy bueno. Walt.
So many tips going out of Walt's pocket lately. Hey, might as well. Might as well. I am not returning this. Obviously, it's probably a stunt driver, but I reckon Bryan Cranston, I wonder if he actually drove it. Like, they just put him in this open car park and said, yo, do your thing. We've got the cameras rigged up, just go for it. Imagine he blows it up. Like, he's just like, fuck it, I'm not getting out of here. So, boom! Nah, don't you do it. No, no, don't tell me. Nah, insurance job. No. What a waste of a car. Well, there goes the whole production budget of the episode on the car. Probably a replica car, but oh, that's a shame.
fantastic in our boots of Chinese plastic.
The walkaway explosion, like the twins. You know what? I'm gonna kick my feet up as well.
Yes, hello. I need a cab. Yes, thank you. The name is White. Oh, that'd be great, thank you. Oh, how long do you think that would take? No, I'm sure he'll see me. Thank you.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Total contrition here. There's mountains of contrition.
I don't need to hear the blow by blow. Just tell me it's done.
I'm sorry, did I wake you? I caught this thing before it got into the system. That means your record stays clean, the wife never finds out. I've been working magic here. I could at least get an attaboy. Fine, rebel without a cause. Give.
52 grand. Wow. That was a pricey return.
What is it, Fring?
You can help me find a third party.
What third party?
Someone who can ameliorate the situation.
Let's ditch the thesaurus, all right? You talking about a hitman?
Assuming that's still what they're called.
Wrong answer. That's what the kids call epic fail. You got to ask yourself, how good is good enough? Because whatever Goomba we buy at some point is going to come head to head with our friend Mike. And Gus Fring, hey, just winging that guy is not going to ameliorate your situation, not by a damn sight.
I tried to solve this myself, but I can't get anywhere near him.
You can't get near him? Why don't you ask your partner?
Shows up. Okay, they send me outside and the two of them talk. That's it.
So this is like a regular thing? How close were you to him?
Close. I mean, closer than you and me right now.
Did he speak to you?
It was over in 10 seconds.
Would you just answer?
He said he sees things in people.
What things? What people?
Me. He said he sees something in me.
Is it possible that he would think that you're that weak-willed?
Drop the sales pitch. I'll do it.
You'll do what?
I'll kill him. First chance I get.
The problem is, surely Tyrus is watching everywhere Walt goes, so he would know, and Gus would know that Walt is still having his regular meetings with Jesse, and they're probably confiding with one another.
Speaking of customer, it's not too late to have a grand opening. I was thinking huge party, balloons, bouncy house for the kids. You know, make a splash. Get
Let
on
me
TV.
guess, all of them
People
purple
know
as
they're not gonna
well.
have to face the eyebrows of doom when they come in.
Oh, yeah, no, it's very important to maintain your clear coat, boy, once that goes. Hi.
Yo, it's so awkward.
Our Dunham's averaging 19 cars during rush hour, and we are already up to 22 actual cars. Last night, I deposited $3,800. Jesus. How much is that?
$274,000. Give or take.
Ew!
Yeah. Thursday's good for a drop-off?
Wait, Walt, are you telling me you make $7,125,000 a year?
7.5 even. Before expenses.
Yeah, we couldn't afford the car? Huh?
This is too much.
So it's more than you thought. And this is somehow bad news.
No, that's not the point.
Because the car wash doesn't make that
I mean,
much.
There is no
Yeah.
car wash in the world that could do this kind of business. I mean, this is 9 months' work here minimum. 7 million? That could take years.
So set some aside. Save it for a rainy day.
Save it. Where? Save it where? I can't go to the bank with it. I sure can't leave it here. Wait a minute.
What's he?
Is this all 50s? Who pays for a car wash with a 50?
Skylar, I didn't ask you to do this. I was under the impression that you had this under control.
I just didn't expect this amount of money.
You know what I'm gonna say? I feel like I said this a couple episodes, and one of you guys agreed with me in the comment section down below. I swear, if every character in this show just stayed in their own lane and let everything play out the way it was meant to be, didn't interfere, didn't find out, it all goes sunshine and daisies. I swear. Okay, Jesse might have died because obviously he's gonna pull a gun on those two gunmen with Gus. But that was his choice. That was his lane. But no, Walt decided to T-bone that lane and take out those two guys. But yeah, I swear, like, if everyone stayed in their own lane, if, you know, Skylar let Walt handle the money laundering situation with Saul, I feel like it'd be fine. Saul would have everything under control because, in my opinion, even though it's dodgy, I trust Saul more than Skylar in terms of getting things done. I know Skylar's a bookkeeper, but Skylar's methods, I don't know, I feel like it's too by the books, if that makes sense. Like, it's just like, all right, what's gonna do? He's gonna go up to Gus if he can get a meeting with Gus. What, yo, Gus, I want a pay cut. I want 200 grand a year instead of 7 mil. Hell no, he's not gonna say that. I feel like if just Walt stayed with Saul in terms of his ID with the nail polish salon or the laser tag, I feel like the money would just be coming in, just easier. Just like, let Saul handle the situation with money and just tell Skylar, you know, with the money coming in, you don't have to worry about a thing. Saul's been in this business for years. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The 50s are going to be a problem.
Well, that's what this is, problem solving.
she's
Skylar,
nitpicking
this is a
so
simple
much.
division of labor. I bring in the money, you launder the money. This is what you wanted.
I never wanted any of this.
I've got to go. If you want out, just say that you want out.
Exactly. Sayonara. Arrivederci. Yalla, bye. I wonder who operates the cameras, just out of curiosity. Obviously, it's probably Gus from his office or somewhere, but like, I'm just curious who does operate them.
We got more for Tuco.
I'm guessing this is the rice and the poisoning.
This is still the best way. You go after him with a gun, you'll never get out of it alive. But with this, you slip it into his food or drink. There shouldn't be any taste or smell. 36 hours later, poof. A man his age, working as hard as he does, no one will be surprised.
Oh, you can put it in the cigarette. That's pretty smart.
It's wrong way around.
Don't worry. You're not gonna have to pick me up. It might take me a while, but
Yo,
I'll
Hank,
get there.
Hank's doing all right.
Jesus, ain't we a pair?
You must really like chicken.
Hey, we up there.
470 horses, 20-inch rims, satellite radio, Bluetooth, 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds.
Whoa. What do you mean, on a lark? Spur of the moment, your dad just up and buys you a brand new Challenger?
Yeah. I barely got around the block, and Mom said we couldn't afford it, so they took it back. Do you know how long I had it? 15 hours.
Wow.
That sucks, man. Imagine you told the boys, like all the boys, yo, my dad bought me a brand new Challenger. I'm gonna go for a joyride soon. All the boys are like, yeah, let's go. Mum made me return it.
I'll tell you something. When I was your age, my left nut to drive a car like that for 15 minutes. Seriously, how does that happen?
Well, we were looking at used cars, and I kind of
You guilted him into it. Yeah, I hear you. You pulled the old, poor little me and my little troubles. All right?
maybe.
You flew too close to the sun, my friend. You'd have let him buy you a clunker. You'd be driving now instead of borrowing mom's hoopty.
Agent Schrader.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Well, thank you.
Good to see you. Walter Jr., do you remember Mr. Frank?
How are you?
Well, nice to see you again.
Chalk it up to clean living and vitamin pills.
I must apologize. If I had seen you come in, there would have been no question of accepting your money. In the future, please feel free to ask for me. A DEA hero should never have to pay for a meal.
No kidding. I'll take you up on that for sure.
And how are your mother and father?
They're good. The chicken is great.
If ever you're interested in rewarding part-time work, perhaps something after school, my door is always open.
Sounds good.
Yo, that would
I
be
don't know about
crazy.
This one. He might eat up all your profits.
Well, I'll let you finish your meal. Can I get you anything else? A refill, perhaps?
No, thank you. I'm good.
Sure. Take a Diet Coke. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Yo, how is Walter Jr. gonna have more interactions as of late with Gus than Walt himself? Everyone getting a meeting with Gus but Walt. Obviously, we know why Hank is here and visiting, but like... Oh, he's got Gus's fingerprints now as well. That's why there was like the extreme close-up shot from behind the sort of soda machine right there of Gus with his hands on the cup.
Big doings today. The order of the day is eyes open, mouth shut.
I like these guys. I like their joyrides together. I just kick back and enjoy them. I could get a whole episode of them two just joyriding. Only this show could make making coffee so cinematic. With the ear-ringing sounds and everything. Don't waste it now, man. You only get one shot. Like Eminem, you only get one shot. Don't do it now.
You stick this in your pocket, keep it out of sight. All right, what's the order of the day? Eyes open, mouth shut.
Is that a Steve Aoki t-shirt? The DJ? Yo, he could have done it there and there. They just had to have that cut to Gus sipping on the coffee as well. Feel like that was a shot right there to establish, you know, there's one missed opportunity that he probably might not ever get again with the ricin.
You want to sweep the place before you bring in your guys?
I am the guy.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
All right, then.
Bienvenido. ¿Dónde está el resto del grupo?
Oh, so now we get subtitles for the Spanish, but when Walt was speaking to the ladies at the laundry place, we don't get subtitles. What he's trying to say? Come on, man, I'm trying to understand as well what they were saying.
El único que viene soy yo.
¿Y por qué es eso?
Mis gerentes piensan que yo puedo representar sus intereses adecuadamente.
What a
Esta
shot.
es mi oferta.
What a
En
shot.
consideración de nuestra relación previa, yo haré un solo pago
Damn.
de 50 millones de dólares americanos. A cambio, nuestro negocio está concluido. No habrá más pagos. No más contacto. Una ruptura absoluta.
You know what that tells me as well? Like, Gus is saying, like, I will give you a lump sum of 50 mil to F off, basically. And that also indicates to me that this is a very serious problem, that he's willing to offer that much money up front. This guy's probably thinking, that ain't bad.
No tienes respuesta.
Pues esa es mi respuesta. Es que sí o que no. Ustedes ya saben lo que quiere el cartel y cualquier otra cosa sería un gastadero de tiempo.
Oh, okay.
Así es que sí. ¿O es que no?
The paradigm shifts.
Difícil modo de comenzar negociación.
Who's really making the demands here?
Aquí no hay nada que negociar.
The cartel's already said what they want, and Gus knows that. There's no point for Gus making his own demands or offers. I love how Jesse's involved in this. Like, I just love how he's like sort of in the know. And I really want to know what other words were uttered after that, if any.
What is this? When you're giving me a gun and now I'm like part of the team or whatever? He said he sees something in me. Like what?
If I had to put it in a word,
Potential.
I'd guess
Oh, okay.
loyalty.
That's interesting.
Loyalty.
We'll see if Jesse remains.
Only maybe you got it for the wrong guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, we'll see if Jesse remains loyal to Walt the entire series, or if that loyalty begins to shift.
A couple weeks back, I killed a dog. You hit it with your car? No, I put him down. I watched them go. I was looking them straight in the eye, and he was gone.
He was suffering. It was a kindness.
No, he wasn't sick. He was just like I don't know, like a problem dog.
I do. Like someone?
Oh, it's tough here.
No, this dog never bit anybody.
You pick up the rock, you go right to the dark side. Anything can happen.
Ain't no rock that made me do it.
Well, what was the problem? Why'd you have to kill him?
Watch the crosstalk, please. Maybe it's not the details that matter, right? How'd you feel about what you did, Jesse?
I don't know.
Who cares how you feel?
Whoa. Chill, lady.
What kind of a person kills a dog for no reason?
Colleen.
You put an ad in the paper, you drop him off at a shelter, you
Colleen.
don't just sit there and talk about killing a helpless, innocent
Colleen.
animal.
We're not here to sit in judgment.
Obviously, the
Why
dog
not?
is a metaphor for Gale, and you guys have mentioned in the comment sections as well, like, you know how we're meant to feel sorry for Gale because, you know, he's like this, not helpless individual, but he's sort of like this cheerful, comes across innocent individual. When you think about it, he's involved in this criminal business. He probably has a not dark past, but maybe you could say dark past, or like sort of shady past of getting involved in this business. There's a reason he's involved in this business. He's aware that he's doing illegal activities, and he's using his knowledge to aid those in illegal actions. So, like you guys said, Gale might come off as at face value as this innocent, sweet little guy who sings at home alone, and, you know, is energetic and has this like sort of how do I say it, like charismatic presence to him, I guess, a little bit, like when he's home alone and he comes across as soft, innocent, and sweet, but possibly he isn't. And yeah.
Why not? Maybe she's right. You know, maybe I should have put it in the paper. Maybe I should have done something different.
I mean, you back your truck over your own kid and you accept? What a load of crap.
Hey, Jesse, I know you're in pain.
No, you know what? Why I'm here in the first place is to sell you meth.
Aaron Paul's killing it.
You're nothing to me but customers. I made you my bitch. You okay with that?
This is good for Jesse here, venting like this.
You accept?
All that baggage in the last few episodes coming out.
About time.
You know what? Bogdan last episode talked to Walt when we was talking to Walt. He talked about, you know, sometimes you got to be the tough guy. Sometimes you got to learn to say no. And I feel like in that situation, the guy who's running these sort of therapy sessions, I know he said no right there, but I was sort of trying to find parallels with Bogdan's speech about him, you know, learning to say no. Like he could have like brushed it off right there and said, you know, that's okay, Jesse, it's fine, and gone sort of like the more not therapeutic way to it, but the more sort of I don't know which way to describe it, the way he's been going about things and things like that, and sort of like brushed it to the side and sort of trying to reiterate his teachings and what he was trying to say before. But you know, he said no right there. You know, he wasn't okay with it, and yeah, just a thought.
It's been a week. What's going on?
Oh.
I haven't seen him.
Yo, Gomez! Everyone wearing the Walt mustache and goatee.
Graduated a doorman. Finally found your calling.
If you want to hold his elbow.
Nah. You keep your mitts off me. I'm good.
Hey.
Your progress, it's incredible.
Yeah, well, chalk it up to clean living and vitamin pills.
He said that to
Steve
Gus as
tell
well.
you his news?
What? You finally got your period? I made GS14.
Nicest little 20-year-old temp. I used some of the Schrader's sweet talk on her, and before you know it, she's pulling files for me. Turns out 6 months ago, one of these systems was shipped to a depot right here in ABQ. Who signed for it?
Gus Fring.
Gail Bedecker.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So I asked my new girlfriend who paid for it, and she says nobody. They have no record that anybody actually paid for this thing. Industrial equipment, global shipping, major construction, and a tiny little foothold in American fast food, specifically a local chain, Pollos Hermanos. Okay, so what, right? Bedecker's dead. I got no line on who's been bankrolling or where his lab was.
Hank is going in.
A snipe hunt, right? But now I get this crazy idea, and I can't shake it. I mean, I stay up nights staring at the ceiling trying to make sense of it. That napkin. Remember I told you Bedecker's a vegan, right? I mean, we're talking this guy makes his own fermented lentil bread or whatever the hell that is. What's a vegan doing in a fried chicken joint? Like maybe this guy.
Hank, you're hired.
I mean, what do we know about Gustavo Fring? Could be a case of keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. I mean, he's got the money to finance this operation. Maybe he's got the connections too. Maybe, just maybe, he's our guy.
Hank, no offense, but I think you're really reaching.
Whoa.
If your guy had his meeting at KFC, you wouldn't immediately assume that he's sitting down with Colonel Sanders.
You know, I couldn't agree more, guys. Gustavo Fring, Blue Math, you know.
Ah!
Whole thing is off the map nuts.
Until
I had to be wearing a tinfoil hat, you know. Except
yeah, until
can't seem to wrap my mind around this one little thing. And that is, what are Gustavo Fring's fingerprints doing in Gail Bedeker's apartment?
woo, woo, woo. He's onto it. Damn, that was some fine investigative work right there. Hank owned that final like 5 minutes of the episode with that meeting. Oh, damn, he's onto it. He's onto it. The DEA are onto Gus Fring, or possibly will be onto Gus Fring now. There's a lot of individuals onto Gus Fring. You got the cartel as well. You got Walt onto Gus. You got now potentially the DEA, who they might start to, you know, maintain this sort of good relationship with Gus to sort of, you know, begin investigating him slowly, and Hank might be back on the job. But there's a certain problem with Hank. Every time Hank seems to be really close to something, an obstacle will come, or there will be something that happens that sort of, you know, he will take one step forward, 10 steps back. So I guess we'll find out. That was another fantastic episode of Breaking Bad. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.